Hey everybody, this is Justin with PumpPal, and if you're looking for a workout log app, you found the right video. I'm the creator of PumpPal, and this app allows you to track your workouts. If you're interested in checking it out right away, just go to your app store and search for PumpPal. It'll be under PumpPal Physical Activity Logs. If you want to learn about all the features that are available, you can follow along this video, as there is a lot more to the app than just tracking your workouts. But since you're looking for that, I'm going to start off here kind of showing the features of how it tracks and logs your workouts. So once you get the app, you'll log in and create your account. You'll be directed to a screen here, your plan screen. The plan screen allows you to track, or not track, but it allows you to create plans for the week, right? It generally goes by the week. Most people usually have a plan set up for the week anyways. So I decided in this app, at least I guess me personally, I always went by the week. So I made this app kind of with how I do my workouts. So it's by the week, right? So you can go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you want to create a new plan, you would just click the plus button on the top right here, and it'll bring you to a new screen like this. And it's pretty straightforward. You would add the plan's name, what day of the week you're going to complete it, and that would be like, leg day, back day. If you do a full body, you might want to call it a full body day. Whatever you want to set your plan up as, you can do that, and you select it, add it, you get a new plan. Then inside the plan, if you select that plan, you can then add your exercises, right? So if you come in here, you have the add exercise button, and you can add a new exercise. What's unique to PumpPal in this feature is that you can add a exercise by type. Let me show you what it looks like. So if you hit the add exercise button, it'll pop this up. Sorry. And you can choose what type you're going to, type of exercise you're going to do, right? You can do weight training, body weight training, cardio, stretch, and mobility. And essentially what this does is if you select weight training, when you go to the new screen to add your exercise and you search for an exercise, it'll only show you the exercise for that type, right? You're going to use weights, weight training. Maybe you don't have access to a gym. Not everyone does, but they still want to track their workouts. You can select body weight training, and then when you go to add your exercise and search for an exercise, you're only going to have body weight options, such as like push-up, Hindu push-ups, standard squats, lunges. Anything that doesn't involve weights, you'll then be shown those exercises. The same thing for cardio. It'll show you like running, it'll show you swimming, it'll show you all kinds of different options for cardio, and the same thing for stretching and mobility. So hip flexor stretch, your leg stretches, quad stretches. It'll show you those options if you select that. So that's kind of unique to PumpPal, how it filters out different types, and you're not limited just to the weights or a gym, right? You can use whatever you like. But essentially, you go through, you add your exercises, and then eventually you have your plan set up, and you can start your workout, right? And then once you're in your workout in this screen, it's pretty straightforward if you use workout trackers before. I have a couple unique features I'm currently working on for this. Don't want to state it now because I don't want my competitors to hear it and copy it. But essentially right now you have your first workout. You can hit the instructions, and then it'll bring you to an instruction screen telling you how to complete the workout. You can track your weight lifted. You can say how many reps you have. It shows your rest time, which is, in this demonstration, it's 180 seconds. And depending on what you input, it'll give you an estimated 1 rep max. Don't take that to heart too much. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less, but it gives you about an estimate. Be sure to warm up and build yourself up to your 1 rep max, and see where you're at. Once you hit save set, the rest timer will go. It'll say, it'll send you a notification if you're out of the app, and then play a rest timer sound, letting you know when your rest time is up. You work your way through your sets. It'll go to your next exercise in your list until eventually you're done with your exercises, and it'll give you a workout summary. That's the workout logging part. Like I said, pretty straightforward as of right now. I do have a new feature on the way, though, for that. So what else can we do to build a plan, right? You can also, if you're not sure, let's say you're a beginner, you don't even know where to start to create your plan. we offer a free plan builder. If you look at the plan screen in the bottom, it has let's build your plan. You can select this and it'll allow you to build your own plan, right? So if you select it, it'll bring you to a screen at first like this one. And we're going to want to know, we want to know your fitness level, right? Are you a beginner? Are you intermediate? Are you advanced? Beginners will tend to be the people that's never worked out, right? And you're just looking to get a plan set up. Or maybe beginner, it can also be classified as someone, they're never consistent. Maybe they went for 3 weeks, then went 6 months without working out, 3 more weeks, then went 6 months without working out. That would be a beginner. Intermediate will be someone who consistently lifted and stuck to their plan for a couple years. Advanced would be years and above, right? So select your fitness level, beginner, intermediate, advanced. Select how many times a day you want to, or how many days a week you want to work out. And then you would click next. And you'll be brought to a plan setup screen, right? Plan setup screen. You'll be brought to a screen where we're asking what's your primary goal, right? Maybe you want to lose weight. Maybe you want to gain muscle. Maybe you just want some general health. If you're heavier set and you're looking to lose weight, select the lose weight category. If you're a skinny dude and you want to gain some muscle, click the gain muscle. And then general health is just like you're satisfied with the way you look. You just want to maintain it, or you just want to get in there and stay healthy by working out your muscles, getting that cardio in, stuff like that. And then once you decide what your goal is, let's click next, and it'll bring you to a new screen. We want to know if you have access to the gym. Once again, kind of like when you select your exercise types, not everyone has access to gym or has all these weights they can use in their exercises. So we tend to ask you, do you have access to a gym? Do you want to work out at home? Or you're outdoor only? I know I did a lot of workouts, like in my college years. I didn't have the money for a subscription to a gym. So I did a lot of home workouts, legs up, push-ups, diamond push-ups, lunges, anything I could do, to help myself. And I bought a resistance band set. It's like $20-30 on Amazon, so I could do curls and stuff. So we're not limiting you to just the gym. If you don't have access, you can select a plan by home, and then you can also do outdoor only. It's like go running, use the park to do pull-ups. So depending on what you want to select there, you select it, you click next. And we'll give you each of your selections will give you 3 different options available for your workouts, right? So in this example, I did gym, I did lose weight, and I picked 3 days a week. So the plan now set up, I think I did intermediate too. So, so in this plan set up, we got one option we can choose is that full body gym, 3 days a week, and it will give you an exercise plan based off of that. You can also do machine essentials we declared for you. So let's say you have access to that gym. You don't want to use like free weights. You just want to use machines. That plan focuses around machine essentials. And let's say you want to use only dumbbells, right? And then you have the option at the bottom to select dumbbell only full body workout. You would then use this plan on the bottom, click it, and it will generate and put those plans in your plan screen. And you can begin working out. So it kind of removes that friction, especially if you're new and you're not sure what to start to do in the gym. Use that plan builder. It'll get you up and running fast, get you set on what you should do for the week, and get you started. So let's move on to another cool feature to PumpPal. Unique, as no other app really does this, and I wanted it in an app, it tracks your body measurements. Why would you want to track your body measurements, right? The scale doesn't always say what is happening with your body. Maybe you're trying to lose weight, you're getting frustrated because the weight's staying the same on the scale. This helps you see actual improvements. So essentially what you do, if you want to track your measurements, is you click the plus button on the top right here, and it allows you to then enter a measurement. So we track the body weight, you get on the scale, you track your body weight, you track your body fat percentages. If you're unsure of how to do these measurements, on the original screen, there's a tips, tools, and recommendations on the top. Click it. It'll give you the complete rundown what tools you can get to do this, when you should do this. Maybe you should do it bi-weekly, weekly, but it'll give you the complete rundown of how you should be measuring. If you're not sure where these measurements are coming from, if you click if you click show measurement picture on the top, it'll show you an image of where you should be measuring on your body when you do these measurements, right? So it helps you know how to do it in the first place. But essentially, once you get that first measurement in, it'll actually remember your first measurement for the rest of time, right? Um, Super useful, because if you get your first measurement in there, and I guess I should say, I mean, you can't delete it, but you can edit it. So maybe you made a mistake in your measurements and you want to change it, you can change it inside here, right? But that's your first measurement, and it'll always remember your measurements. And then as you add more measurements, you can compare. So to the left of that is the compare button, right? So if you click the compare button, you're going to be brought to a new screen where it compares your first measurements against your current measurements, right? So maybe you're getting frustrated. It's been 2 weeks and you haven't lost, you're trying to lose weight and you're not really seeing any change on the scale. But what you did notice is that your body fat percentage went down by 3%. So you stayed the same weight and your body composition has changed. You have less fat on you even though you didn't lose weight. That's a big one to kind of track. Will keep you motivated when things like that happen, because it will happen. Or maybe your weight did change. Maybe you lost 5 pounds. It shows you lose 5 pounds here, and then the body fat change. Or maybe you stayed the same the same weight and you got bigger arms. Your arms went up like by a quarter inch. Well, then that means you probably lost fat and then you put some muscle on your arms. That's why the weight never changed. There's a million things that can happen with your body besides weight, right? Or maybe you're trying to gain weight and then you notice you didn't gain any weight, but your arms got bigger, or maybe your chest got bigger, or maybe any number of other things. That's a good thing. Maybe you didn't gain weight, but you gained size. You're gaining weight, right? Definitely good to measure these things. Check out that feature. Use that feature. It'll keep you motivated longer. But yeah, I think I covered everything I want to cover with measurements. Let's go ahead and check out the next cool, unique feature to PumpPal, right? If you go in the menus and you select progress photos still follows the same guidelines. The scale does not say everything. There's changes happening to your body that might not affect that weight like you think it's going to affect it, right? So you'll be brought to this screen here, and as you can see, you can have your list of progress photos. You have the front, the side, the back. On each one of these, you're allowed to track. Once again, every time when you first take your first photo, it'll record your first front image, your first side image, and your first back image, right? You can import these if, say, maybe you already had some progress photos you've been taking. If you want to import that into the app, you would click the plus button. It'll open the image picker, and you can select it from your images. And then inside here, once you selected it, it'll bring you here. You'll see the image. The date taken on automatically defaults to the day you actually uploaded it from the app, or maybe took a picture. You can change that if there's an earlier date. It wants to know what pose type it is. Is it a front pose? Is it a side pose? Is it a back pose? Maybe it's a really good picture and you like it. You can mark it as your favorites. You can also mark it as private. And what private does, it only saves the image on your phone, right? So maybe you don't want it on a server somewhere where we save that data. You have the option to keep it private if you want to keep it private. And then just below that will be notes, right? Maybe you did see a change. And you want to take a note on oh, you know what, I didn't lose any weight, but I see that my love handles went down a bit in the picture. You can put a note on there if you want to. Then you click save, and it'll add it to the list. The same goes for this camera option. Essentially what the camera button does on the top right is it just pulls the camera up immediately and you can take it at that moment, right? And then if you want to compare, much like the measurements, you hit the compare button to the left of the camera. And it's really cool. You can see very clearly your oldest photo compared to your newest photo. You can see the visual changes very easily because it pulls it up and looks very nice in the app. and you can visually see that. And then at the top, you have the option for front, side, or back. And you can quickly compare your side shots and your back shots. So you can see these visual changes. Once again, this is to keep you motivated, and maybe that scale's not moving the way you want it to. And you can see visual changes in your body through the progress photos. And if you wanted to go in deeper, to the left of the compare button is the filter button. If you click the filter button, it'll allow you to filter by your favorites. It'll allow you to filter them out by your front shots, your back shots, your side shots, your private photos. It's basically just once you get a big list of progress photos, a quick way to see all your photos over time, right? And filter those through. But yes, those are the cool features I have added to PumpPal. Doesn't only record your workouts, but if that's what you want, you can record your workouts through it. I have many features that are coming in the future, but these are the main ones. I also would like some feedback too. If you go in the menu, there's a feedback option. Say you see something's wrong and I don't realize something's wrong. Please let me know if something's not working. If you have an idea for a feature in the app, shoot that at me too, and I'll take a look at it and add it. I already had a couple of people tell me a couple things that are cool ideas, and I'm going to be working with them to implement those ideas. I generally will reply within 24 hours with something or my thoughts on what your idea is, or if there's a bug, I'll probably work with you to try to figure out what that bug is. I also want to mention, just because it's limited time for this app, we have a lifetime subscription that beats every app's lifetime subscription price in the App Store. Generally, a lifetime subscription price would be $150 range on most workout log apps. Ours is $39.99. The reason being is I'm a small company. I'm developing this myself, and it helps support this app and makes it grow and gives me more time to build the app, right? But what does it offer you if you subscribe, right? One, you're not going to get any ads, right? Ads are gone. You're going to be grandfathered in for all future features. So every time I add a new cool feature, you're going to see it. You're going to be able to use it. It doesn't matter. You already paid this price. It's a one-time payment, right? You're going to pay that $39.99, and that's over with. It also syncs across your devices. So let's say you have a phone and you track it on there, and you also track your workouts on an iPad. The data you save will be transferred to those different devices. The only exception would be if you mark stuff as private, like your private photos and stuff like that. We don't save it to the server. So, I mean, like, you have to not have it private to save to the server. So you can sync those things. But this is $39.99 price, sync your devices. It helps, if you like the app, it helps me grow the app and have the time to keep working on the app. I'm thinking this price is going to change because I'm doing like an update to the interface probably by the end of the year. So this isn't going to be around forever. Check it out if you want to. Otherwise, I think I covered what I wanted to cover in this video. Once again, if you like PumpPal and you like the concept of PumpPal, please like and subscribe to this channel or like the video so more people can see it. Also, subscribe so you can see future updates of what I've made, new updates to the app, where it's going in the future, and things like that. Otherwise, you all have a good day, and thanks for watching. Bye now.